We are back for another awesome episode where we are talking to you and introducing you to the awesome speakers that we are having at Side Gig Con Live. I am your host, Ash Cash Exantus. I am a wealth coach, author, and just help people change their mindset in order to manage their money better. I'm excited to announce the first Side Gig Con virtual conference, and that I will be the conference MC. The conference will be held on Friday, July 17th, 2020 through Saturday, July 18th, 2020. It will be 2 full days of action-packed sessions and panels, networking, collaborating, learning, everything you need to know to take your side gig to the next level. Side Gig Con will be an in-person experience accessed online, virtually from the comfort of your own home, computer, laptop, tablet, smartphone. And if you're not sheltering in place, you could get a group together. No, I'm just playing. Don't do that. Side Gig Con virtual conference is for anyone who is ready to make full-time money with their side business, side hustle, side gig. I am excited to introduce to you the amazing Side Gig Con keynote speaker, international speaker, Dr. Cheryl Wood. How are you, Cheryl?
Well, now I'm even better because I'm your energy got me just on. All right, I was on like 9. Now I'm on like 15. So,
but wait, it gets better, right? Because I want to read your bio, right? So I like to introduce people the right way. So I want to read the bio first, and then I want to open it up and have you tell people who you are. But, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Cheryl Wood is an international motivational speaker, best-selling author, and master speaker development coach for women. She is committed to empowering and equipping women with the tools to courageously share their unique voice, their story, and their subject matter expertise. Dr. Cheryl Wood provides specialized speaker training for both corporate and entrepreneurial women who are ready to articulate their message in a manner that is clear, concise, compelling, and captivating, whether the message is being shared in a boardroom, a conference room, or a media room. Wood believes that every message has the power to create a shift in people's thoughts and perspectives, and therefore should be done with intention and strategy. Wood's personal story of bootstrapping her way to her own successful international speaking empire that has taken her as far as South Africa, India, France, United Kingdom, and the Bahamas to share her message inspires other women to get out of their comfort zone and become more international in leveraging the power of their voice. Wood has received numerous awards and accolades for her work of empowerment with girls and women globally. She has been featured on ABC, Radio 1, Forbes Magazine, Huffington Post, Essence, Black Enterprise, Good Morning Washington, Fox 45 News, Fox 5 News, and as the keynote speaker of the first inaugural Side Gig Con. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Dr. Cheryl Wood.
Man, I got to take you everywhere I go when we come out of COVID-19. I'm like, I need Ash Cash to be the person who introduces me on stage everywhere I go, traveling internationally. You got to be the person.
That's it. Internationally known. And I'm known to rock a microphone. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much. This is exciting. Really appreciate you for being, this is a big deal. And so I want you, in your words, tell us, who is Dr. Cheryl Wood?
Well, I always like to share the personal side and the professional side because they're always intertwined, right? There's always a crossroads. Like, your business is just an extension of who you are as a person. So on the personal front, I'm just a really passionate woman who is solely committed to living my very, very best life. Like, I am not wasting a day, a minute, an hour on nonsense and not walking in my purpose. So I have this tenacious spirit. I have this go-getter spirit that really allows me to thrive in my business and has allowed me to thrive in my business over the past 10 years. I am a wife. My husband and I celebrated 13 years of marriage in April. I know. and been together for 21 years, and we
Nice.
still like each other most of the time.
Nice.
And we have 3 beautiful children together. So we have a 12-year-old son, 13-year-old son, and a 16-year-old daughter. So life is busy and very interesting with 3 teenagers in the house.
Wow.
On a professional side, yes, everything that you mentioned, I literally bootstrapped my way to where I am. I didn't start here. I always like to tell people this is the sexy chapter 10 of the journey. Like people look at this chapter and they read and they're like, oh, I want that. But do you want the story that goes with it is the question. Because the story to get here, chapters 1 through 9, wasn't so sexy, came with a whole lot of challenges and roadblocks and setbacks. Again, because of my tenacious spirit and my spirit that, you know what, I have a right to live a life of abundance and prosperity. I have a right to be able to leave my fingerprint on this world so that I am forever remembered by somebody somewhere in the world. Like that's my birthright. And to be able to touch and transform other people's lives, like I don't take that lightly. I commit to it every single day that I open my eyes and have breath in my body. And I don't plan on slowing down anytime soon.
All right, that's it. Interview over. Thank you. What else can you say after that? Like what else comes after that? You know, that's a bar. That is a word. The church doors are open. We are receiving some offers right now. So talk to us a little bit about, just a little bit, because like I said, like that was enough. But talk to us a little bit about what you're going to be sharing at Side Gig Con, the conference.
So I'm going to talk about how to really solidify yourself as an expert and an information expert, virtual information expert. Because even for myself, for my business, what I really solidified was that, yes, I was an expert, but I was an expert who was traveling all over. I was going to live events, speaking at conferences. All of that has shifted for all of us in the marketplace. But what I know is that buying and selling is still happening. And so I want people who have their side hustles and you're still trying to make that good full-time money while you're running your side hustle. Guess what? I still want you to be able to generate that money and not believe the hype that nobody's spending. Because if I told you how much I spent just in the past 3 months on makeup, because I got to beat my face for all of these virtual events. If I told you how much I spent on books to purchase so that I could be here and I could be consumed with reading and developing myself. If I share with you how much I spent on courses and programs just in the past 3 months of COVID, it will blow your mind. And then if I ask you to share how much you spent, it will probably blow your mind if you went back and looked at your receipts. So the reality is, as a person who has a side gig, you have the option to either be only a consumer or to be a producer and a creator who is actually generating revenue. So I want to teach you the blueprint on how you can take everything you already know, all those good things that you're already sitting on, that experience, that knowledge, the expertise that you have, and simply make it applicable in a virtual platform so that you are still crushing the game when it comes to profits. You do not have to suffer just because we're in a pandemic. You don't have to suffer in a space of monetary. You can still thrive. And so I want to teach people how to thrive now during COVID, but also how to continue that even after COVID. And that's what I'm going to talk about on Side Gig Con.
Wow. That's, man, I'm excited. So if y'all watching this and y'all not excited as me and y'all ain't got y'all tickets ready, make sure y'all go to sidegigcon.com, pick up your tickets. And so why is it important, right? So like, as a financial educator, I've always promoted and talked to people about the importance of having multiple streams of income.
Oh, yes.
Why is it important for somebody to have a side gig at this time?
I think this is the perfect time because look at all the people who are out of work, right? People who thought that their full-time job was safe and secure. Can you still hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you. But,
okay, great.
I see my face is frozen, but it's all good though.
Okay,
You're not gonna stop this.
Awesome.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, this is one of those times, and this is not the first time that something like this has happened. I think it's been a while that we've ever experienced something like this at this magnitude. But even back in 2007-8, when we had, kind of like that whole recession, and people was like, wow, I got to make sure I got something on the side going on. Now we're right back in that similar space, but even at a heightened level, it should be a reminder that job that you're going to is beautiful, direct deposit is beautiful, but it is not guaranteed. It is not as safe and secure as you believe it is, because things can happen on the world scene overnight.
Yes.
Almost seemingly overnight, that can shift literally your finances. So when that happens, if you do find yourself out of a job because of a pandemic, if you find yourself with a business where you have to close your doors because of a quarantine and you can't provide those services, you should never be questioning, oh my God, how am I still going to live? How am I going to still pay my mortgage? How am I going to keep my car running? How am I going to take care of my kids? You should never have to question that, because you should have a DPO. And that's what I'm going to talk about inside GitCon is what is a DPO? It's a diversified portfolio of offerings. What needs to be a part of that DPO virtually, so that you are always able to deliver what you know to anybody globally, and you can still keep the revenue coming in. You should not be that person who feels like, wow, I'm just broke. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to survive instead of thriving. I believe that every one of us has a right to thrive, and that means you cannot put all of your eggs in one basket. So one basket doesn't just mean, oh, you only do one thing in your business. It means don't put all of your eggs in one basket called the job either. You need to make sure that you have both things going on. So your side gig is just as important and critical as your full-time gig.
Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. See, it's so powerful that we burnt out the internet. You burnt my connection to the camera, which is all good though, because they gonna get this work. And so lastly, for those who are watching now, on the fence, what is one tip, one advice that you would give to any side gigger, anybody who has, a side gig currently? What is that one thing you would tell them, as it relates to just moving forward with their side gig?
You know what I'm gonna say to those of you who have already launched, but you're kind of like dibbling and dabbling, you're in limbo, you got one toe in and one toe out. I'm going to say just make a definitive decision that your side gig has to be as important as your full-time gig. And that means you have to show up consistently. You got to show up, you got to speak up, you got to follow up on a consistent basis. Like that thing got to be on rinse and repeat every single day. Whenever you wake up, you have life and breath in your body. You got to be like, okay, let me pour as much energy and time and effort into this, because this is my brand. This is a part of my fingerprint. The job that you're going to, that's beautiful. That might be paying the bills, but that is not connected to your legacy. Your legacy is the thing that you're doing on this side, because that is what yields your name, right? So even for me, when I built this business that I have now, I started out with a side gig. The speaking was a side gig. My full-time gig was actually working as a legal secretary in corporate America. And I had given them 15 strong years of my life. But the reality was, at the end of the day, it was never as safe and secure as I thought. Like there was this thing called at-will employment. They could get rid of me anytime they wanted to. A pandemic could break out. A recession could break out at any time. So it wasn't as safe and secure as I assumed. And then the second thing is that even with that full-time job, I was giving them all of me, but my name was never going to be on the outside of the law firm. So the question is, what is it that's connected to your brand? And so your side gig is critical, because that's a big part of your brand identity and what people are going to remember for you. Like long after you're long gone, people are going to remember not that you were a legal secretary, not whatever your title was in the corporate world or whatever the professional world that you're in, but they're going to remember, how did you touch the world with your unique God-given gifts? And that's what I want you to focus on. Consistently showing up and executing, not just thinking about it, not just daydreaming about it, not just wishing for it and hoping, but putting as much time, energy, and effort into that side gig as you do your full-time gig, because you understand that that side gig is connected to legacy creation.
Legacy. Well, thank you so much. I truly appreciate all the wisdom, everything that you have, shared on us. We can't wait to see you and hear you speak at the inaugural Side Gig Con virtual conference. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Cheryl Wood will be live on Saturday, July 18th, as the morning motivational keynote speaker. Thank you guys for watching. Again, go to sidegigcon.com. The Side Gig Con virtual conference will be held on July 17th through 18th, 2020. Make sure you register today at sidegigcon.com. Like, I promise you, if you think what she just gave you here was a lot, wait to hear that keynote. Dr. Cheryl Wood, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. Thanks for that great energy. Keep it going.
All right. Thank you. Take care. Have a great one, everybody.